What do you expect from Grant Delpit and the Browns safeties? And this is an intriguing one just because of the way this defense, it appears that Joe Woods wants this defense to play.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where, in the NFL, there comes a point where you have to put your cards on the table. You can be secretive and, not say what you want to do, but at some point you got to play these games and put your cards on the table. And I can't wait until Joe Woods has to do that with this defense because I want to see what he does with these safeties. You mentioned Grant Delpit coming off the Achilles. I don't know when he's going to be back to 100%, but at least he's out there practicing, working, and you're going to be able to get something out of him early in the year. The guy I'm so intrigued by is Ronnie Harrison. We didn't know anything about him when the Browns brought him in last year. They traded a 5th-round pick. It was exciting. This was a former 3rd-rounder out of Alabama. You liked the pedigree, did some good things in Jacksonville. Never really got settled in last year with the injuries, but, and getting in so late, but still was really good for this team. And I thought he had a really good minicamp. He stood out. He looked a little bit bigger. He looked faster. I mean, you saw number 33 in a setting where there was no contact, no team drills, things like that, or at least, 11-on-11 tackling drills. You still saw and felt number 33. So I'm really excited to see what he can do. And Joe Woods raved about him as well. So this safety setup, I didn't even mention John Johnson III. So this safety setup is going to be really fun to watch this year.
The other thing, it's going to be really interesting to see how different this defense looks from week to week, because I think Joe Woods, if he wants to get crazy with all the versatility, he's going to be able to do basically whatever he wants to do from a personnel standpoint.
Yeah, and look, to make a basketball analogy, right? Everybody's watching the NBA Finals. What do you always talk about? Are you going to go big? Are you going to go small? When one team goes small, do you match them? What do you do? And that's the flexibility that Joe Woods has. He could go big some weeks. He could go with that traditional 4-3 setup, or he could go small and quick, depending on what the offense is doing. And when you're facing guys like Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and maybe you got to face Josh Allen in the playoffs, these guys that can move and make plays with their legs, you got to play a guy like Justin Herbert, who's big and can do things with his legs too. You've got to be ready to do whatever it takes defensively and be versatile and throw some lineups out there that maybe aren't traditional, because you're playing a bunch of quarterbacks. Kyler Murray is another one, who are just not traditional guys.